What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the We Stomped You Out show. This is season 3, episode 4 of this madness that has been since we began this show. I am Steve. I got Timmy, boom, right over there. I'm used to be on this side. Yeah, we're missing a couple guys today for two completely different reasons, and we wish them both well.
I don't wish Keith well. He's in paradise. Rodriguez, sure.
The weather hasn't been that great. I did see he sent some pictures of some sunshine down there, but in Florida it could be pouring rain on one side of the street, and on the opposite side it could just be bright, sunny, hot, getting a suntan.
Yep,
but in light of us being short a couple guys, yes, that is exactly what it took. 2 guys down, and we are going to bring along our number 3 guy. He's been the third member of every show, right? Except for he's the third member. Let's bring on Hollywood Dave from the Just Too Sweet show and the 4 Quarter show. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Got to hold that 3 up right to my forehead. You're absolutely right. I'm always the third man.
That's a little mellow, right? Right? A little mellow?
Yeah, a little mellow action. Yes. Today, I'm happy you guys brought me on. I was put my jersey on. I know I'm missing the captain with the 1 star at least, but it's okay. I'll get that for next time.
Yeah. Next time we have 2 guys out, you can join us again.
So it's good to see you, though. Since you still missed our wrestling show.
Man,
glad to have you on this show at least. It's all right.
I know I've been missing out of action, but I'm coming back strong. Like I said, it's been a tough month, but hey, we're here.
Well, there's a certain other member of the Just Too Sweet show that's a little erratic in his bookings. It's like he can be here one day, he can be there one day, he can be on a walkabout someplace else. We don't know where the hell he is, so don't worry about it. But welcome to this show, where we really don't stomp anybody out anymore, but it's just kind of a nice name.
Unfortunately, man, it looks so bad. It's like one thing after the other, and it doesn't look like it's gonna get any better this week.
No, I never thought it would be this bad. Like
me either.
This bad of a 4 years, 5 years.
Honestly, I'm getting to know what it feels like to be a Miami Dolphin fan. This is exactly what they go through every year, and I'm like, man, this sucks.
It sucks.
Horrible.
Well, Dave, I told the other guys on the last 2 shows, I think this is punishment for beating Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. I think this is our penance now. Like, listen, you guys beat Brady twice. Now you're gonna have to suck for quite a few years to make up for that. So, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it if it means beating Brady twice.
Absolutely, and you know what? We're known to win at least 1 Super Bowl in every decade, so we still got time. We got plenty of time.
I like. Well, let's get your opinion real quick before. Do you like Joe Judge? Do you think it was a good choice?
I thought it was an interesting choice. I didn't really see anyone else out there that I would have taken, so I don't see why not give Belichick's guy a chance. So I'm not about the ring behind me.
So are you down on Daniel Jones like a lot of other people are already, or are you still like?
I'm definitely. What do you mean down? As in like you're gonna crap on him?
People already saying he's a bust. It's like, dude,
oh,
really?
No, absolutely not. It's his second year. He has yet to play a complete game with all of his weapons, and not only that, from what I've seen in these first 3 games, how much time does Daniel Jones have to pass the ball? It's the same issue that Eli has had the last couple years, and people wanted to crap all over Eli, and it's like, yo, he's not getting time to do anything. The most they can do is these little running back screens, and that's it.
I was gonna say, Steve, you should throw out your commercial. Zero. That's how much time he has. 0. Oh, we're not doing the commercial this week now? Oh, can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
I gotta hit the mute button. I get off of mute. Yeah. So I'm never gonna do it as good as Keith because even though Keith has his stumbles, he's been doing it for 3 years every week for 3 years. But we are, as always, brought to you by Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, from their roastery to your front door, guaranteed to be delivered within 24 hours of its roast date. Huh? How am I going so far? Just a ton of different flavors, and you can get it, from the high octane ones, like the Cinnabuzz and that kind of stuff, to my favorite dark roast dark chocolate. It is phenomenal. Austin, welcome to the show. We always we love new blood here. So. I'm not going to go into all the detail of where the beans are from, but our boy Chris from Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, he selects the best of the best. He roasted himself. He is the master roaster, the head roaster, or whatever you call it in that business. And he gets the job done. He gets in there at 3 a.m. and starts roasting away. And if you follow him on Instagram, Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, you could smell the coffee through your phone. That's how good it is. And as Keith likes to say, he likes to drink his coffee black, so it's even more important for the flavors. And no matter what flavor you're talking about, if it's got vanilla in it, it's got chocolate in it, it's got exactly 0 calories. So no issues on the waistline there. You can just drink it up. Can't speak for all the stuff that you add to it, but if you drink it with minimal sugar, a little bit of cream, or black like Keith does, then you should be all good. And if you buy now, if you go to BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com right now and use the code BOOM, mask on, you can get 1 bag free when you buy 2. So you can try out all the different flavors. I'm not even sure that they have to have some type of, there you go, Dave, some type of pumpkin flavor, right? It's got to be there. Winter Wonderland has got to be coming up soon. So it's a good opportunity for you to try different flavors, to see what you're going to like in the future. And look, I've been drinking Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters now for 3 years, and it is just fantastic. You wake up on over the weekend with a little morning wood, gives you that energy that you need to get through that weekend. All right. Ending on that note, morning wood, head over to BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com to get that going for you. All right. So we had an opportunity this weekend against the C group, the D group, the F group of the 49ers. And a lot of, I think Raul, who's here now. Of course, we appreciate you watching. And you weren't alone, Raul, in thinking that the Giants were going to potentially at least eke this one out. Even though you don't have Saquon, everybody else was healthy, with the exception of Shepard. It wasn't to be, guys. When I was trying to, so here's just a little setup of how I watched the game. I was trying to get, I was out and about, just moved, so I got all this stuff going on, and the first quarter, and Tim and the guys are in the group chat, and Tim's like, the defense is keeping us in the game right now. It was like 6-3 at that point, or 6-6, and I was like, all right, let me sit down. It was 6-6. All right, things are going good, not too bad, and then just a pounding just started. So. You guys talk about, and I know how we get, Tim. Talk about your viewing experience against the third of the 49ers.
I was very happy that my wife and kids weren't here because I let some explicitives fly. I said some things that would get me in a lot of trouble across the country, but you know what? I was in the privacy of my own home, so I don't care. Let me put it this way. First of all, Austin, I see you. Are you with DJ or no? Yes, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Let's put it. What's his name? Ross Dwelly. That's how I'm going to explain this game to you right now. Ross Dwelly. Who's Ross Dwelly? You say he's the 3rd or 4th string tight end that still beat up on us.
Or a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly. When you lose George Kittle and then you lose Jordan Reed, you're like, whoa. And then they not only did they not have Bosa, or their starting quarterback. They lost like 3 more guys in the first quarter on defense. 3 or 4 more. No. I don't understand. And then Ross Dwelly comes into the game and starts picking off, making passes. What do you have? I mean, he didn't score a touchdown, did he? No. But he had 4 receptions for 49 yards, and those are big 4 receptions. That's how that game went. That's how horrible that game was. I've never seen anything as horrendous as that. And again, I was optimistic. Well, I wasn't optimistic. I picked them to start 0-3 or 0-4. But I'm optimistic at the way they're going. This last game, whoo, man. I don't know.
So let me pose a question to you, Dave. So we started. I'm not sure if you were able to watch the first few episodes of the season, but after the first game, after that first loss to the Steelers on Monday night, it was a different feel. It was a different type of loss. We were in the game. Number one, number two, we had like 4 penalties for 25 yards, which was unheard of for the Giants over the past 3-4 years. Typically 7, 8, 9 penalties for 100 yards, and that's what screws us. 3rd down and 12, it's either tight end, whoever it may be, getting a first down, or stupid penalty to make it 3rd and short. Now I feel, and you let me know how you feel, Dave, it's a clear regression over the last 2 games.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, that first game, Saquon rushed for what? Was it 6 or 7 yards? It was something ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
And we were still somehow in that game.
This game, the Giants had 66
and 49 came
49.
from Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
That's insane to me. I have that on my little notes that it's exactly what you said. It's digression, especially that we got back into that game week 2 with the Bears. And I thought we had it at the end, and
that's another thing.
Same old.
Mitch Trubisky put it on us, and last week he got replaced against an Eagles team that does not have a good defense. That Eagles team has one of the worst secondaries in football, and he had to be replaced. But against us, no, 300 yards.
Nathan Peterman. In his debut with the Bills, he threw like 6 interceptions. Now he threw for 340 yards and a touchdown against the freaking Giants. Give me a break, Nathan Peterman.
It looks like how everything's working, and I saw that Joe Judge said this. He's like, I'll probably do some O-line changes to see if I can light a fire under some of these guys. To me, the way it's looking like is we're just like doing like any position by committee at this point. Like, who's going to be the one?
That's what it is.
Because
either
and that's it. And
right, so it's been either we have it's out of necessity, or like this week they're talking about having a committee back there at safety because Jabril Peppers is likely not going to be able to go. But I do want to run down a couple of things. You spoke about the change of the line. Andrew Thomas got replaced at the end of this last game. Don't know if he's going to insert him back as a starter or not. Moving into the next game against the Rams.
Who's going to replace him?
They replaced him with Matt Pert last week, but I mean,
it's going to be Aaron Donald gobbles up this week.
Exactly. Aaron, he could take the whole line with him.
Let me take
the whole line.
Let the kid play. Let him get his ass beat by Aaron Donald this week. It's a good learning experience.
Yep.
It'll teach him. If you can make one Aaron Donald stop him once. That kid will go through the roof. His confidence will go through. You gotta let him learn.
Yep.
You gotta put him in there and let him take his ass whooping now.
Well, no, I feel like
shut up, Scott Peterson.
We had
Scott's being a troll right now. Daniel Jones is a bust. He's played 16 games.
Well, let's see what Tua does, buddy. Let's see what Tua does.
He's not going to
play. Let's see what has every quarterback done since Dan Marino down in Miami. Listen, but have no fear. No fear.
Even he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Exactly. But he's great. You're not being honest, Scott. Really, if you're being honest with yourself, 16 games is not a sample size to call somebody a bust. All right, go back and watch rugby. That seems to be your specialty these days. Have no fear. The running game has been fixed. Not only did we sign Freeman last week, but we signed Alfred Morris, and they are going to run rampant over these. No, okay. Sorry.
Is it 2016 again? Is it 2016 again?
Yeah. As Scott doesn't know football, apparently. All right, I do want to go through some of the things that were talked about during the presser yesterday and today. Stuff like travel. So they're going to typically teams from the East Coast head over to the West Coast and vice versa on the Friday before the game. They're going to do it on Saturday. Joe Judge has this thing where he thinks that if they keep on the Eastern time zone as long as possible, it won't have as much of an impact on them. For the time change. So that's part of it. And then the second part is they're not leaving right after the game. They're going to stay there. They're going to sleep there overnight. The next Monday, they're going to review all the film, and then they're going to head out. Yes, Ryan Morris is still in the league. He was in a practice squad from some team. And look at this, Eric Zant. Tuning in, baby. His Eagles could not beat the Bengals. That makes me feel a little bit better, right?
I like that we're right there on par with them.
Right. It's not much to discuss on this, but what's your take on the travel thing, and of course the signing of Alfred Morris?
The travel thing, I don't know. Whatever. Like I'm not going to come out and be like, yeah, no, this. I don't know anything about that crap. I'm sure these coaches know a lot better than we do. And again, he's from a Belichick school, so if they want to do that, be my guest. Alfred Morris, just so you know, this is the first I'm hearing about this, and I'm still trying to process it. I don't understand what's going on. But real quick, too, Austin answered, are we with DJ? And then Scott's comment with the bus thing. Let me tell you something right now. If you watch these games, he is the only highlight. This dude's got balls of steel because he doesn't have the PTSD that Eli did at the end of his career. Right. He's not afraid right now. I mean, he might have it if this continues. He might be nuts by next year, but who knows? Right now, he is not a bust. He's the only highlight we have. He has no help, but that dude's fires lasers. He's hitting receiving. He's doing everything he can. So let's just drop that DJ crap now. I'm not even going to acknowledge it again.
Yeah,
whatever. It can't hurt. That's what. But whoever they sign, it can't hurt.
This is like a little bit in jest, but also a little poke at us at the Giants. Alfred Morris had some big games against us when he was at the Cowboys.
That's true.
But it was a very good offensive line there. So a line from the Four Quarter Show when he decides that he wants to join the show says the Eagles stink, and this is why Dave is the reigning, defending halftime champion because of comments like this. Get out of here. All right, Dave, what's your take on Alfred Morris?
Like I said, is it 2016 that we have Freeman? And if it was back then, I'd be excited. I'd be like, okay, we got.
It would be a beast in the running backs.
Exactly. So, but now it's like, okay, this guy was on a practice squad, and that's how we signed him. Like that's insane. And I don't know. I know we also signed another guy from the Raiders practice squad, a cornerback, Madre Harper, which is someone that the Giants wanted, but they didn't get in their rookies. So I mean, like I said, it's a committee thing. At this point, I feel like it's a very committee thing. Like who's gonna go out there and show up and who's gonna grab the brass ring?
I feel like we've got 30 different corners now.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be next man up. Now it's like next man, whoever. You want to play cornerback? Come on, next man up. That's how they're doing.
Well, that's what we did last year or the year before with the wide receivers. All those bums out there. We had not one of our guys out there healthy, and I swear, just pull people out of the stands there. Who does the line root for?
The Miami
He's
Dolphins.
Miami guy. He's a Miami guy.
Really? He's talking? Get out of here! All right, let's move it along.
I mean, he's right. And let me
he's
tell you
right.
I
don't want to acknowledge it.
Let me tell you something right now. I hate MetLife Stadium. I hate it with a passion because it's not worth the money. It's worth $1 billion stadium, and it has nothing. It has nothing in it. There's nothing special or spectacular about that stadium. I wish the Giants would build a new one, and Jets can have that stupid stadium because it's
get
terrible.
away from there.
Yeah, it's the Jets' fault. They always follow us and they turn us.
I've not been there.
It sucks.
It's okay. I don't know. I went last year for the Dolphins Giants game, which the Giants beat the Miami Dolphins. Just gonna put that out for everyone.
Is that the Monday night game?
No, it was on Sunday. It was Eli's last game.
I'm sorry. Last year, I was I don't know why I was thinking about the one from Monday night. This is years ago with Odell.
I went to that one too, but then I also went to MetLife for WrestleMania 29, and the stadium's not bad. I don't think it's not like too. I don't know. I think maybe the Marlins might have a nicer stadium.
It's a big gray circle. It's a big gray spaceship. There's nothing fancy about it. Nothing spectacular. It's $1 billion for that piece of crap. Really, I don't know, man.
And then to get to the bathrooms in those lines. Oh man, I could not believe how long I had to wait to use the restroom there. It was insane.
Outside the stadium is cool. Now they're starting to put up stations where you can do different things and have different things and meet people. Like I met a bunch of players last year, which was awesome, and get all the autographs, and that was cool. But inside, it's just whatever. Like I'm looking at these stadiums being put up by the Raiders and the Rams, and it's like
which
wow,
is amazing. The Raiders Stadium,
the Death Star, baby,
amazing. The Death Star, right? The Adam Gase effect, says Ryan. What's that like this here, right? This is the Gase thing. James Bunker. Who wins tonight? We're gonna get to our picks in a little bit, but
is that Cam Newton?
You wait, Bunker.
He's a Patriots fan.
Oh God,
he hates the Giants.
The only thing we don't have.
What's going on?
Do
we have any Giants fans? Any Giants fan watching? Let me get to a couple other key points from the press conferences. They asked Judge about Daniel Jones and the turnovers still being an issue. Judge took full, complete ownership of this and said, which is what a good coach does. They're there to protect their players. Judge says up to the coaching staff to put players in a position to excel, and they're continue to be confident in Jones moving forward. Like Tim, like you said, it is asinine to think at this point, and you'll, if you go on any of the Facebook groups besides ours, you'll see Jones is a bust. Sorry to say this, guys, but Jones is a bust. Let's suck for what's his kid's name?
The guy from Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson.
Whatever his name is, Lawrence. They're already on that. What
I saw it today already. The mock draft already. The Jets are taking him, and we're taking a defensive tackle. It's like, dude, shut up already. We can't have a mock draft this early already. But hang on, you see what Michael missed? I like what you're saying, Michael. Yeah. I like where your head's at. And let me tell you something. I'm an upgrade over Fleming. Fleming is terrible.
It's been terrible.
So, but I agree with what you say. I like what you're saying a lot there.
Do you think he's worse than Eric Flowers was?
Dude,
I think Eric Flowers was the worst.
But he's like reborn. He's having a good year.
I don't understand that.
He's having a really good year down there in Miami. He's getting praised all over the television.
It was either you was giving up a sack or a freaking holding penalty every other play.
Troy, what's up? First time I've seen your name here. Love all the new folks tuning in. Appreciate it. Bunker says yes, he's a Belichick product. And then here's this one of the smartest, most intelligent things I've ever seen. Bunker says maybe somebody took over his keyboard. I'm not sure. You think Jones is a bust, or is it the product around? It's absolutely the product around him. I mean, here's the thing. Also, they were comparing Eli's year 2 to Daniel Jones's year 2. Didn't mention that 80% of the line would go on to become Super Bowl champs. Mm-hmm. This line ain't going no Super Bowl. Okay. So that's a big difference. The other big difference is Tiki Barber had his best year ever that year in year 2. He had over 1,800 yards rushing. So it's a lot easier to do. He had Toomer. He had did he have Flax there? Shockey, a beast.
Luke Pettigrew. We had also I can't think of all their names now. Christie wasn't there yet. He came in just for the Super Bowl run. I can't think of all their names now. But yeah, I know you're talking about.
But it was four out of the 5. No. Toomer was there. Who else was then at? Who else was receiving back then? I
don't know what I did yesterday, so I don't know.
I mean, but those are the two. I mean, Toomer was as sure-handed as anybody can get. Shockey was just a beast. Nobody was manhandling Shockey. Shockey was doing the manhandling every single time up at the line. He was a great blocker too, and that's another part of the reason. So when you have a tight end who can block, and 5 solid guys on the line, and Tiki Barber having his best year ever because he finally learned how to hold a football, it's really unfair to compare the two.
I got it right here. Yeah, Tiki Barber, Burris, Toomer, Shockey, and the line was Pettigrew, Deal, O'Hara, Snee, and McKenzie. All went on to the Super Bowl. All of them. Oh.
It's maddening that they would. And these people get paid all this money to be on these shows to compare Eli year 2 to Danny Dimes year 2 without breaking down the differences that surround.
And he's how do you ignore the fact that he is the only highlight? He really is the only. And I said you can't. I don't know. It's annoying. It's annoying because it's just annoying. I can't. I have no words now. I'm getting flustered.
Yeah, you get verklempt.
I'm getting verklempt there.
All right. The other big question that they asked was about the Rams' offense, and he talked about they have a very strong identity, being able to run in the pass. The run is what sets up the pass there. Goff is having a much better year. He's seemed to be back to his 2018, and they're going to try and find a way to expose the weaknesses that the Rams have on offense, which is not much. So. And Donnie Schmidt chiming in, 26 turnovers, 15 game. A lot of that has to do with the fumbles. Last year he was 24-12 in 12 games. I think he played last year. 11 because it was 12. And he just didn't learn to throw the ball away. Like Tim said a little bit earlier, he's got balls of steel, and he just thinks that he can hold on to the ball. He's finding out real quick that behind this line, he can't do it.
Donnie. You're saying if Lawrence is available, goodbye, Danny Dimes. What is Lawrence going to do behind this offensive line? Nothing. He will get destroyed just like Dimes did, just like Eli did at the end of his career. I don't care who you put back there. You can put Tom Brady back there. He's not going to do nothing. You can put any one of these quarterbacks back there. This line has to be fixed immediately, or no one is going to quarterback this team.
And Bunker, I love when Bunker's pissed off. It's great. He's talking about Plax beating Asante Samuel in the Super Bowl. But even I hope not. Last year at the beginning of the season, Seattle struggled with a mobile quarterback because their offensive line sucked. They made the adjustments, and they got better. And now this year, Russell Wilson's thrown. He could have had six touchdowns last week. Could have pulled an Al Bunker. What's his name? Al Bundy. My God, freaking Bunker. Screw you, Bunker.
He's in there. He gets in there sometimes.
Yes, right. Yeah, Daniel Jones is the only good part of the team right now. And I will say in the spirit of sports, that the head coach of the Rams said that the Giants defense can be confusing to figure out. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, but no.
In the first half,
because we don't know who's going to be out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Prepare for.
They don't know. Yeah, we don't know who's going to be playing or not. So that's why it's confusing.
something that I saw was that our last year, our best defensive player, Marcus Golden, this year, his playing time has been reduced drastically, and it's like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand why they're not playing him more. And I know that we didn't give him the money. Maybe that's why he's playing. Well, he hasn't been playing as great as he wanted to.
I don't know. I don't know either. But the defense can't be out on the field 40 minutes a game either, because they're never, ever, ever going to be able to stop anybody in the third or fourth quarter throughout the entire time. And that's exactly what's going on again. It's like every year we keep saying this over and over again. Again, defense can't be out there the entire game, but they are. Like I said, they start out great. They keep us in the game, and then it's like, all right, I'm a little tired now. Can you guys please score a freaking touchdown? No, we can't.
Well, yeah, and to that point, it's unfair to judge even though the defense is suspect. It's unfair to judge defense that is out there all the time, and they're not given the same chance to get that breather as these other teams that are able to control the ball. And of course, if we can't run the ball, we ain't controlling the time of possession. That's just not going to happen. Donnie's asking, why is Logan Ryan playing safety and not cornerback? He came over as a jack of all trades.
No McKinney, no Peppers.
Right. So it's
play whoever can play the position right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you might see him at corner more this week. It depends on Peppers, on the health of Peppers, and their confidence in playing some of these other guys at safety. But
it's gonna be a train wreck this week. Train wreck. Quick
fantasy. If you got anybody on the Rams, play him this week. I got two guys I'm popping right in my lineup. All right, let's get to. We'll get a little bit more. We'll talk a little bit more about the Rams game after we talk a little bit about our picks. I want to start off by saying that last week we did pretty well. Some of us. All right. So for last week, overall for the site, Bert finished in first place at 13-3. He had a very good week. For this show in particular, I went 12-4. Timmy, you went 11-5. Rodriguez is not with us today. Went 10-6. Keith went 9-7, and Hollywood, you went 8-8 last week.
I thought it was a lot worse.
No. Not just 500. So that puts us overall. Timmy continues to lead the show and the site at 39-9.
Don't listen to me, man. It's because I told you I haven't put any money down. This is all
I'm assuming that you haven't picked. I'm assuming you haven't picked the Giants to win any of the games. Then I'm
not
right?
one. Not
See,
one.
That's where I go wrong.
I
never
pick with my head, not
them.
with my heart. No, I pick with my head, not with my heart.
Maybe I should put the money down on your bets, and then we'll just split the money.
That's what we should do. Because if I touch money,
that works.
If I say, "Hey, bet this," boom, I'll go 0-16, guaranteed.
Done. All right, so Timmy's 39-9. I am 35-13. Let's see who else is on the show. Rodriguez 31-17, and Keith at 28-20. David, you would not be in last place on the show. You're 30-18 overall. Okay. All right, so I'm working on a smaller screen than I typically do here, but let's get to our picks for this week. You guys have your picks up in front of you?
I'm looking right now.
You mean the ones that we gave you?
Yeah. I have them, but you typically would go round robin, and Keith and Rodriguez are like, who did I pick? I don't remember.
I got them. I got mine. I'm ready to go.
All right, so let's go here.
Wait, real quick. Donnie Schmidt, Aaron Donald against Gates is scary. Aaron Donald's going to have a monster career game come Sunday, guaranteed. Aaron Donald is the scariest. Did you see what he did to the Cowboys? He was throwing guys around like I used to throw my nephews and my nieces around. Just chucking them, throwing them like they were nothing. He is going to demolish our offensive line. It's going to be a sight. I actually want to watch that. It's going to be like a man.
Daniel Jones needs to be so careful.
He should wear extra padding, bubble wrap. Just don't get.
They talk about the internal clock. That clock has to be reduced by 2 more seconds just so we can get rid of that damn ball. 2 more seconds.
About a second and a half.
Yeah, just hike, throw the ball. I don't care where he throws it. Just throw because he's going to get killed. They're going to run a lot of bootlegs, a lot of outside stuff.
For sure.
They're never going up that middle. No way.
They can't. And it sucks to say that, because typically our giant running backs can drill up the middle, go to the side. We have thunder and lightning over the years. But anyhow, let's get to our picks. You guys that are watching, Tim is the guy to listen to. You might be able to listen to me a little bit. Dave, you went 8-8 last week. This will be a better week for you. But you guys put the money on. Don't blame us. For your 1-800 problems and divorce. If you lose a ton of money. What I typically do from a betting standpoint, I try to maximize it by parlaying, and I'll pick like the 5 or 6 locks that I know for sure. As sure as I can be that are going to win. And, you throw down $25-$30 to win 150, 175. Last week, that ended early for me. I don't remember which game busted it up, but two games. But I think the Chargers were one of them. Anyway, let's get to this week's pick. First, tonight's game. I know Bunker is hanging on every word we say for this one. This is a pick'em game. Broncos at the Jets, 2 terrible teams. It's in Jersey, and for the Jets, and I know that there's comparisons between the Jets and the Giants for being a couple of worst teams, but if you look at the Jets don't have any good skill position players, none. They don't have any good. Robbie Anderson, who was their number 1, is now down in Carolina, I think. They don't have, the running back's hurt. Quarterback sucks. I could say that about them. He's been in the league 4 years now, or 3 or 4 years. But he's regressing. Every year he's regressed. So I'm very confident in saying that. All right, Broncos and the Jets. Who you guys got? Let's start off with Timmy.
I don't know why. I just don't know why. I'm actually taking the Jets in this game. I don't know why, but I have this gut feeling that they're going to get their first win, just to make our loss Sunday seem 10 times even worse. So I am going with the Jets, Jets.
But isn't that the way it'll go? The Jets will squeak one out against the Broncos. We'll get beat by a contending team, and they'll be Jets. I got a text from a Jet fan after week 2 saying, "Damn, I know we ain't good, but y'all suck." I'm like, really? Really? 1969, really? All right, Dave, who you got in this pick'em game?
So, man, I know who I picked. Now thinking about it.
Oh, boy, he's switching.
I'm not going to change it. I picked
the
Denver Broncos because I think this is the game where finally the Jets get rid of Adam Gase. But now thinking about it, Gase might go out there and just coach his ass off so that he can keep his job and just be like, oh, yeah, look, I beat the Broncos, so I can suck for another, the rest of the season. I'm good. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going Broncos. I'm saying this is going to be the end of Adam Gase in New York.
All right. I'm going with the Broncos, too. I just think that the skill position players are better. I do think that the Broncos defense is better. And I think Melvin Gordon is going to finally have a breakout game this week. So if you have Melvin Gordon in your fantasy, go ahead and start him this week. Damn it. I'm coming for your job, Matthew Berry. All right, let's get to Sunday's games. First one up are the Colts heading to Chicago to face the Bears. The Colts are 2.5-point favorites. Dave, Colts. Who you got?
Okay, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
I got Indianapolis on this one. I think now that these guys, I don't know. I've never been a Nick Foles fan, so him now getting the start, I feel like he was better. Like, hey, come off the bench and you're gonna get your dub. So I'm gonna say the Colts. I think Phillip Rivers are gonna take it to these Bears, and the Bears are gonna be more of a flux. Like, okay, should we put Trubisky out there again, or what do we do? Because I feel like they dug themselves a hole with that one big time once they signed Foles.
Give Gase an extension. Yeah, and so Tim, you said Colts also.
Colts.
I think somebody said a little bit earlier in the comments, if the Giants had the Colts offensive line, imagine the possibilities.
Quentin Nelson, baby. I wanted him so bad.
All right, so that's the Colts game. Next up, the Saints head to Detroit Rock City. Face the Lions. The Saints are 4.5-point favorites here. I'll start off this one. I feel like this is one of those, but then I don't know for sure if Breeze is going to throw more than 8 yards down the field or not. They got Kamara. I'm going with the Saints, but this might be one of my locks to jump into a parlay come Sunday. Timmy, who you got?
Who dat?
Who dat?
They're pissed they lost this week, so they're going to come out there and destroy those Lions.
Bunker says Saints by 30.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I hope so, because they're going to my parlay, buddy. And I mean, I call everybody buddy, so don't take that to heart, Bunker. Dave, who you got?
I also got the Aints getting that dub against the Lions.
All right, so we got a little sweep there. Next up, the Cardinals of Arizona head to Carolina to play the Panthers. The Cardinals are a 3.5-point favorite here. Dave, who you got?
I got the Cardinals. I think that they're a little bit more complete than the Panthers.
DeAndre Hopkins.
And that division is just right now on fire.
They were talking about Beckham and whether or not the Browns should trade him. And he's got 11 catches through 3 games. And they were talking, DeAndre Hopkins, that's that every game. And I don't know if you guys have watched, right? And it certainly wasn't Eli. I don't know if you guys have watched any Cardinal stuff, but Kyler Murray is looking fantastic. He's got he's a tiny guy, but he's got the accuracy. He's got the wheels. Timmy, who you got in this one?
I too enjoy the Cardinals this week.
Yes. I don't know if it's going to be one of my locks, though. I don't know if I trust him enough to be a lock, but I'm definitely going with the Cardinals this week. Next up, just a delightful game up in Ohio, where the Jacksonville Jaguars are heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Will Joe Burrow get his first victory, Dave?
I believe he will. I think after the poop that the Jaguars did against the Dolphins, why not?
Unbelievable.
I think the Bengals get that first dub of the season, and Joe Burrow.
That was one of my losses last week
because he has looked amazing this first 3 games.
And in Keith's absence, you said you believe. Well, Keith believes the children are our future. Tim, who you got in that one?
I am going with Minshew Mania to rebound from that horrible, horrible loss to the Dolphins.
Oh,
I'm going with the Jags.
Going with the Jags. I went with the Bengals. I think Burrow. I need Mixon. I talk a lot about fantasy. I need Mixon to wake the hell up. Hopefully, it can happen against this Jags defense. Next up, what do we got here? We got. Oh, boy. We got the Cleveland Browns going up against them girls of Dallas. Cowgirls are a 5-point favorite. Dare we do it? Timmy?
Cowgirls. Stupid Cowgirls.
Dave?
I will never vote for the Cowboys. Go Brown.
Head, not heart. Head.
Come on, they can beat them. The Browns if the Browns get it together, they can go ahead and put out a show. The Falcons should have beaten them. Just fall on that onside kick, and then the game's over. So the Cowboys aren't impressive. Haven't not impressed me at all this season. To be like, yeah, they can beat the Browns like handily.
Hey,
And then you got some of
in the NFC East.
yeah. They might wind up with more wins than the other three combined.
Listen, my only hope for this year is the fact that we can win the division at 6-10 and make the playoffs. That's my only hope for the Giants this year. 6-10, baby, division
Imagine
champions.
Yeah, the banner gets raised 6-10.
I put a big turd on it. A big turd on it.
Or the poop emoji.
Odell Beckham might come back if we do that.
Oh God. Yeah, right. He enjoys it. He enjoys the poop. That's for sure. All right, so here's my thing on this one, and yeah, I know the Cowboys are 5-point favorites here, but when the Browns' offense is on, they can easily move the ball on this lack of a Dallas defense, and for all you guys out there that are Cowboys fans, don't give me this. That first. Don't give me this crap about Dak being, top 3, top 5 quarterback in the league because he's putting up these numbers. He's putting up the numbers because they're getting down by so much. And then you got the Falcons playing prevent defense in like the second quarter, and Dak just starts, 12, 13-yard passes turning into, 25-yard gains. And he winds up with over 400 yards. It's going to happen when you're down every single game. And you had no business.
Time.
Yeah, and in garbage time. Well, garbage time turned into another Falcons collapse in that one game. All right, next up, you got the Vikings heading to Houston. Houston is a 4-point favorite here. And let's see if Cousins can shit the bed one more time. Tim, who you got in this one? Who you liking?
The Vikings are terrible. Kirk Cousins will go down as the worst quarterback signing by Minnesota in history because he is garbage. So I'm going with the Texans.
All right, Dave, who you got?
They should have kept Eddie. I'm going to go Texans. I really like Deshaun Watson. I think they deserve that first win.
They're the
All right,
best. They're the best winless team. They're the best winless team easily.
Yeah, the teams that they played, they played the Chiefs and the Ravens. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Somebody's finally going to win this week because the Vikings and Texans both 0-3. Something's got to give. I'm going with the Texans. I think the entire site went with the Texans except for Rodriguez. Rodriguez went with the Vikings here. All right, next. I know he does, right?
He likes to be different.
All right, for all you Dolphin fans out there, the Seahawks and who I think is the MVP so far, and Russell Wilson. Seahawks come to Miami. Seahawks are a 6-point favorite down here in South Florida. Dave, who you got?
I got the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins gonna lose.
Okay, I was waiting for something to happen there. I mean, the only reason why I don't think Russell Wilson's going to have as good a game is because it's going to be so well rounded, and they're not going to have to throw the ball that much. And Chris Carson might be out. He's going to be maybe a Saturday decision. He tweaked something in his knee. They said he was going to be out 1 to 2 weeks, and he's trying to get to practice. I don't know if I got my days mixed up. Today's Thursday. I'm not sure if he practiced today, but regardless, that quarterback, wide receiver crew there, the Dolphins are not going to stop them. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Seahawks by 16, not 6.
Yeah. Donnie, you got Seahawks also, so there we go. Donnie thinks the Vikings are going to Dalvin breaks out. I think he had a hell of a game last week, right? Didn't Dalvin Cook have a monster game last week? Something like 170 yards or something like that. I had him in one of my – I'm a degenerate gambler. I bet parlays, and I also have these daily fantasy leagues where the FanDuel and the DraftKings and stuff like that. The worst part about that is an injury and you're done. because it's a daily game. So one injury and you're toast there. All right, next game up. The Chargers head to Tampa. The Tampa Bucks are 7-point favorites. That's a lot, you know. And this is a Chargers team that held the Chiefs to 23 points. Not to say that they're gonna hold Brady to this, but the Bucks are not the Chiefs. I still think the Bucks are gonna win. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I just don't know about that line. Tim, who you got?
Yeah, I like the. I wouldn't bet that line either. That's a rough line, but yeah, I like the Bucks to win.
The goat wins 31-14, says Bunker. Peyton Manning's back in the league. What?
Bunker, I'm doing the Yankee show next, Bunker. I want to make sure you join us.
Yeah, right. Oh boy. All right, Dave, who you got?
I got Tom Brady also getting this stuff. He always beats the Chargers no matter what, so he's gonna do it again.
All right. Donnie says Herbert struggles, and Tampa wins. So there we go on that one. All right, what's up next? All right, we got just a disaster, but it's a disaster of a game. Like, this is going to be such a one-sided game, but again, the spread is ridiculous, and I just don't trust garbage time. The Ravens at the Washington football team. The Ravens are 14-point favorites. I would never touch that because 14, 2 touchdowns is a lot, and especially garbage time, and they just score. The worst is, you know, you got the line, you know, they're up by 17 seconds left, and they run in a touchdown, and there goes the line, there goes all my money. So 14's a lot. Dave, who you got in this one?
I got the Ravens. Yeah. So, but what if that line was what they had to get, like Ravens versus Giants, and it was like 14 points? You would take that? I think I'd take that.
I don't know. See, garbage points kills me in, like, I'll risk it in football. I will not risk it in basketball because you know, absolutely. I got burned so bad once. I remember it was Dallas. This is a long time ago. It's like 2005 or so. It was Dallas against maybe Sacramento, right? And Dallas was favored by 12. I took it. I was a young degenerate gambler back then. I took it. They were up by like 26 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, I got this. They take out all the starters, and they wound up winning by like 7. And there goes my money. Donnie, this is a baseball thing. By the way, I'm an A's fan, wrong sport, but we finally won a series today. Been heartbroken since the Jeter flip. There you go. Just so you know, Donnie, Timmy and Dave are both Yankee fans. I'm a Met fan, and we have shows on the network too. We got a Met show and a Yankee show. Yankee show's coming up next, Tim?
Coming up next.
All right. Lock of the week says Bunker. Ravens by 17. All right. I'm just scared with that line. I would just go with the money line, which would give me like 10 cents on a $100 bet. Now we get to it's a minus 900 on the money line. Let's get to the 4:00 games, and we start off with our New York Football Giants. And for this one, we always pick a score. So when I ask you for the pick, give me the score also. The Rams are a 13.5-point favorite. Whew. Dave, who you got? Well, I don't know. Do I have to say who you got? Did you pick? You picked the Giants, didn't you?
I always say it. I never really.
You sure did. I know.
So I picked the Giants, and if I'm going to go a score, I mean, I might as well go something ridiculous. So 38-34, New York Giants get that first dub.
Wow.
I get the optimism, and I get that because you picked the Giants, you got to go high on the points. But have we scored 38 points total this year?
No, I don't think so. But also, like, on the 4 quarters show, like, I got, connived into picking them again this week. So
Don't do that. Don't let this Dolphin guy,
Well, he had to
push
pick
you
the
around.
Dolphins against the Seahawks, so hopefully, it doesn't.
Oh,
kill
okay.
me. Hopefully, it doesn't kill me too much.
I don't know what.
Donnie made
Look
my pick
at
for
look
me.
at Bunker.
Shut up, Bunker. He was trying to be But Donnie made my exact pick. That's my exact pick. 31-10 Rams. I think we get one lucky touchdown. One.
All right, so 31. I mean, the 49ers put up more points and they had nobody. I don't know how we stopped the Rams from scoring 40. I just don't know.
It could be 42-10. It could be 53-10. I don't know, but
It's gonna be a college football score.
I'm going to go slightly higher than what Raul just put down here. He's got 38-14 Rams. I'm going to go
14. I'm excited about that 14 roll. I'm excited.
Both touchdowns will be by Alfred
returns.
Morris.
Fumble return.
Alfred Morris.
We can't get. What are you talking about? Fumble return. We can't. We could have had the game, the Monday Night Football game, right?
Kickoff. On it. Kickoff, fumble return, touchdown. That's it.
Done. All right. I got the Rams 41. I'm going to go with 14 too. 41-14.
We score 14 points. I'm happy this week.
You got to do. There's a classic line from Bunker. Do better. Do better. All right. Next up, so at least the good thing is that we can sit back and enjoy the 1:00 games. We don't have to be tormented until 4:00 this week. That's a 4:05 start. The next set of games starts at 4:25. The New England Patriots head to KC to play the Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 6.5. That actually came down by half a point. Donnie says, "Oh boy, I'm very excited." Borat. So we should be seeing a Borat right before the election. I think is what the commercial said. It's a very nice, very very nice. Who you guys got here? Pats win 41-39. Get out of here, Bunker. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to yourself? Dave, who you got in this one?
I got the reigning defending champions beating New England.
I got into an argument with my potentially soon to be or not soon to be, years down the line, brother-in-law. Not an argument, but I chose the Chiefs on Monday night, and he says, "No, the Raiders' defense is too good." I said, "They put up 36 points last year on this Ravens defense, and by the way, they held the MVP of last year to under 200 yards." And what did they do this year? They held the reigning MVP from last year to under 100 passing yards. At one point, he had more rushing yards than passing yards, which is that's part of his game. All right,
I heard that
Timmy.
too, Donnie. You want to put that up for a second? I did hear that too. Julio Jones from the Falcons, supposedly.
Who was it last week? But that's because they're who. So now they're in on or potentially in on Robinson.
Wait, right here it says source. Oh, James Bunker's the source. Never mind.
Yeah, he's a very reliable source on everything. So because Julio's now taking a back seat now to Calvin Ridley down in Atlanta. He's become the number one wide receiver down there. But I've heard Allen Robinson leave the room. Oh my gosh, what a visual there. Thanks, Bunk. Allen Robinson and of course our boy Odell has been that
Garbage.
name has been out there.
Imagine that Odell and Cam Newton is going to be more funkier dressed to the games.
Right. All right. With all this nonsense from Bunker, I forgot. Have you both chosen who you're going to pick this week for the Patriots and Chiefs?
Dave.
I just beat the Chiefs.
Timmy, who you got?
I am picking the Chiefs too. I am picking Patrick Mahomes to beat the cross-dressing, press conferencing Cam Newton.
Mahomie.
Careful, Pat. Mahomes' mom is going to yell at you for calling him Pat. that was pretty funny.
Patrick
Patrick.
Mahomes.
Yep. All right, the next 425 game are the Buffalo Bills heading to Vegas to play the Raiders. The Bills are a 3.5-point favorite heading into Vegas. Who you guys got here? Let me see what Timmy picked. Tim, so you could shout it out now, nice and loud. Who you got in this one?
Buffalo Bills.
They might not even play.
Why?
I heard people in the Raiders were out partying or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so now we might not even have a game now.
They're looking at it's being investigated.
Oh,
That's
crap.
late breaking news. So we appreciate that. Yeah,
Thank you for that late breaking news.
There you go.
I just got handed something from my
Exactly.
wife who said they might not even play.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if they play, I'll take the Bills to win.
Didn't some people from the Titans test positive too?
Yeah.
yeah,
Five
that
people,
game's
eight people.
postponed.
That game postponed. Yeah.
I think it's up to 9 now. It's up to 9 now. And so that brings up a good point. Titans and Steelers are postponed this week. It's going to be as a bye week. I don't know if they're going to move it. I don't know if they have the same bye week or how they're going to figure this out.
They don't. I think the Titans have 8 and the Steelers have 7. So they're talking about the Steelers-Ravens game being moved to week 7 because I think the Ravens also have that same bye week. And then week 8, the Steelers would play the Titans.
Yeah, I knew that they had to move some pieces around, and they did it because they originally thought about a Monday night game or a Tuesday. Go ahead, bring on and give me another day with football.
Right?
Just do it. But I guess the feeling around the league was it wouldn't be fair to the Titans because the Titans would not be able to practice because they're the team that had to take care of themselves. The Steelers could still continue to practice for the game. So I guess that's one of the big reasons that happened. So I'll go with the Bills also on this one if they play. I haven't heard any positive tests, but I did see that they were out doing some nonsense here. All right.
The bubble. We need the bubble. Everybody has to be put in the damn bubble.
Might need a bubble.
I'm telling you, everyday football.
I
that
told
would
you,
work.
football was the one that I was scared about. I've been saying it for months now. It's just constant breathing on each other, and then I don't know. And who did the Titans play last week?
The Vikings.
And they were all cleared. So
No one's been tested positive from them.
Yeah, weird situation there. Was to go along with a weird year. Next game up, the Eagles.
I didn't get a pick.
You didn't? So sorry.
No. I got
So
the
sorry.
Raiders.
Get out of here. What are you doing?
What do you mean the Raiders? I got them getting that dub. John Gruden.
Gruden out there playing defense? The Flax playing defense? Donnie's up in Syracuse. Lots of Bills fans around. I just hit him with Norwood wide right. Very good.
Donnie, I'm married to a Bills woman in a
can't do
Bills
it.
family. It doesn't work.
On Bunker
You gotta
is
act like
saying,
that Super Bowl didn't happen, Tim. That's what you gotta do.
Oh no! What
special
happened?
guest appearance by me next week for the picks. Just announced tonight on ESPN 9.
The Nueve.
All right.
You're welcome on the Yankee show to talk about their next playoff series. Just saying. You're more than welcome to come on. More than welcome.
Has that been set? Who do they play next?
Nuts.
The
Tampa
Rays?
Bay. This is the big one right here.
Tampa. That's a big one. All right. Next up is the Sunday night game. The Eagles head to San Fran to play the 49ers, who we just got demolished by. The 49ers are favored. There's a lot of big point spreads this week. 49ers are favored by 7 here. Timmy, who you got?
It sounds weird, but I'm taking the Eagles on this one too. I don't know why. I have this gut feeling that they're finally going to get their first win too. Because we have to be in the basement. We have to be in the basement all by ourselves. So I think this week that's what's going to be. But I don't know.
I thought we were going to win the division 6-10.
Yeah, 6-10.
There's plenty of time.
Oh, you know what we got to do?
We haven't played a division game yet, so it doesn't matter.
Very true. You know what we have to do? Like we have to just start
division.
one of those stupid hashtags like the Marlins did. Drive to 25. What do we do for 6? Flip the M. Get out of here. Flip the M. What are you
Flip
doing?
the M, yeah, for the dub.
So get out of here.
Yeah, someone's just mad
Listen.
because their M is still facing this way and then out of the playoffs.
I'll kick you out of the show. Bunker says he wants to punch Tim in the face. I got Tim.
A lot of people want to punch me in the face.
I got Big Daddy Cool too.
Tim's favorite on the money line by it's a negative 700. Timmy's boom.
I don't know. I like the Eagles this week. I think the 49ers, how they're favored by 7 with they're still losing all their players. Just because they played the Giants and beat the crap out of them, don't mean they're going to beat the crap out of everybody else. So I actually think the Eagles will win this game this week.
I think Kittle might be back. Garoppolo, I don't think is ready just yet. Again, I haven't seen who practiced today, but I think Kittle was limited yesterday in practice, which was a good sign because they didn't think he was going to practice this week. Hollywood.
I will never pick the Eagles. Go Niners.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think that they've just looked so bad. I think Wentz is even taking another step back. I know he had maybe a touchdown or so on Sunday, but it was the Bengals.
Just waiting for him to get hurt this season so they can just call it a day.
It's going to happen, at some point. Eli Manning, he is not Iron Man. Out there, and their running game has been disappointing. Their receivers are disappointing. Their secondary is bad, and their defense overall is pretty bad. But even with all that and the injuries from the 49ers, I still think the 49ers kind of eke this one out and get a victory on Sunday night. The Monday night game, Falcons. Packers. The best thing that the Packers could have done was draft a quarterback because Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind right now. He does not smile on the sideline. Has he done the discount double check? Has he celebrated much? He's just like business. Throw a 50-yard touchdown pass, just walk to the sideline. All right, get the ball back. 40-yard touch, walk to the sideline. Dave, who you got in this one?
I got the Cheeseheads, Packers.
Yeah, and based on how they're playing, I think this
and based on
this one,
Falcons,
I'd be comfortable with the spread.
Going 2 weeks in a row.
They made history. It's historic. Tim, who you got in this one?
I am also taking the Packers. And by the way, I was going to say, if I win this week by picking the Eagles and the Jets, I want a crown. I want a crown this week. Next week, I'm gonna wear a crown for the show. The following
You've
week.
You've done really well.
That's what I'm saying. I know those 2 picks are out there, and I admit they're out there. But if I win next week with the Eagles and the Jets, crown.
I will say
a belt.
That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
I have like 30 of those styrofoam belts. I'll make one. Pick champ.
I will say that you are giving me the biggest run for my money. You're ahead of me. I think I've won this like 3 or 4, 5 maybe years in a row, or 5 out of 6, something like that. And you're pushing me to the brink. It's only week 3, I know, but it's tough. It's tough to deal with 39-9, 30 games over 500. And it's funny. When we used to do the picks and it was not against the lines or anything, there were certain people out there like producer Joe that said, "Oh man, you're not even doing the lines. This is easy." And producer Joe, I mean, he's still doing well, but he's at 33-15. But he's discovered it's not as easy as you would think. So. I don't know what just happened here on my screen. Got it back. All right. No technical difficulties today.
Shh. I'm surprised.
Nothing at all. Nobody froze. Nothing happened.
Got two guys in here. Like that's normally not a normal thing that we go through in any show.
Right? This is the start of something special.
Nice.
As we close this out, Tim should get the NXT belt if he gets the Eagles and Jets pick.
My kid has it. My kid has it. I'm going to wear it next week.
As we close out, Dave, I want you to tell me the one thing that could happen. I know you chose him, but let's think realistically. What is the biggest thing that has to go right for the Giants this week in order to have a shot at beating the Rams?
The biggest thing?
Aaron
Donald gets hurt on our field. And he's out for the game, and then boom. It's wide open for us. That's the one thing that has to happen. Everyone's been complaining about our field. Hey.
Which is dumb because it passed all the tests. It was the 49ers that complained about it against the Jets. But it passed inspection, so get out of here, 49ers. All right.
Now the NFLPA is saying for all stadiums to install natural grass.
Thanks, Donnie.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, Donnie. We appreciate you newcomers out here tonight watching. We greatly appreciate it.
Spread the love.
Timmy, the one thing that can happen for the Giants to even have a shot this week.
The Rams plane crashes. I mean, no one dies. No one dies or anything. Just, no. That's so hard to pick one thing. It literally is so. You know what it is? The offense has to show us anything, because you cannot have the defense on there for 40 minutes a game. If the offense can have sustainable drives and put some damn touchdowns on the board and give the defense a break, they will have a shot to win. Other than that, nope. It'll be the same old crap like the last 4 or 5 years.
I was going the same route, but a little less aggressive. I was, they get a couple of COVID cases, mild COVID cases.
I'm not wishing death. I'm not wishing death on anybody. Just
loss of smell, loss of taste for a couple days. No big deal. But that will ensure the Giants don't lose this weekend. There it is, Christian Del Toro. We're here. We're here, guys. All right. So any final general thoughts for the folks out there? Tim, we'll start with you.
First of all, we have a lot of new people watching this week. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Share us out. Spread the love. We got a lot of shows on this network. I said I'm doing my Yankee show next. Me and my friend Ed, we're talking playoffs. We got a wrestling show that I also do with my man Dave down here and a bunch of other guys. We got a Mets show. We got all kinds of shows. Stick with us. Watch us. And as much as I hate, they're so bad, but I just got to say, go blue. Go blue.
Go little blue.
Little blue. Little G boys. G babies.
The babies. Dave, what about you?
No, I mean, it looks like we might have to change the show to the We Get Stomped Out show. Hopefully everything changes. Like Timmy said, thank you for everyone that's watching out there. We got a bunch of shows. I'm pretty sure there's something out there for everyone watching. And I know we're talking football, but I'm gonna throw it a little bit to Major League Baseball playoffs. If the Marlins make the World Series, I think the site should get a fish talk show for the Marlins. We got other teams that aren't make the playoffs that have a show here. Going out there and on a limb there.
The game got postponed today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Donnie says, "Sad. I'm looking forward to basketball season already." Donnie, I know you don't root for the Knicks if you're looking forward to basketball season, but that's not a shot, Donnie, because I'm a Knicks fan, and that speaks to my character. That speaks to my character that I'm continuing to be a Knicks fan. All right, so he's a Syracuse fan. Little
NBA for me is ABL. Anybody but the Lakers, anybody but LeBron. ABL. So let's go
Heat. I don't like it at all. Let's go Lakers. Dave, do you think the Heat can win the series? Seriously, honestly. Yeah, if you had to put you had to put $500 on the Heat in the series right now, do you do it?
Right now, absolutely not.
Okay.
Not with Dradic's injury, Bam's injury. They're both doubtful for game 2. There's just no way. I'm sorry. We don't have any size to keep up with Anthony Davis. He's gonna run away with MVP for this finals.
LeBron didn't break a sweat yesterday, and he had
that's because
one assist short of a triple double.
He was being guarded by Duncan Robinson.
What do you want? What is it?
Duncan Robinson,
Them's
don't
be the
understand.
breaks.
He literally figured out the zone defense where he was going to be guarded by Duncan Robinson every single time down the floor, and Spoelstra would not take him out. And I'm like, yo, yeah, no wonder we're down by 30.
One quick thing on the basketball, and then I'll give my final thoughts on this. Is and because you said it, everybody's been confused by the Heat zone through the playoffs. There was no way LeBron was going to be confused by any zone. LeBron's not going to be confused by any defense that comes at him, and it clearly showed yesterday. All right, my final thoughts. Definitely appreciate some of the new people watching the show. Definitely share us out. Have people join the group, and of course we have, like I think Dave was saying, we have something for everybody. We have movie shows. We have different sports shows. We have the 4 quarter show where they talk about any sport out there. A very, very cool way that they do it. They break it up into quarters. There's a halftime. There's an overtime, and soon some more stuff is coming that I will not elaborate on right now. We will elaborate more on that next week at some point. But you got the Giants show. This one, you got the Empire 161 show, the Yankee show, which is coming on right after us. You got the Put in the Books show, which is the Mets show. We took a week off this week. We'll recap the season next week and what we hope is going to be a very exciting offseason with a nazillionaire taking over. You got the Jader and Kyle show. They talk movies. If you watched the one from yesterday, who did they have on?
Yeah, Gia, I think, no? Oh,
They
no.
did Goodfellas though.
They did Goodfellas.
Oh,
Gia
Matt.
was on. Matt's,
Gia was a pretty good one.
Yeah. And that one they did the 40-year-old virgin. So you have a couple of good episodes to catch up on there. And if I am forgetting any other show, forgive me. But that'll wrap it up for us this week. See, we didn't think we'd have a lot to talk about, but we did. We did good. We did good here. We will talk to you guys next week, hopefully after a miraculous victory over the Rams.
Go, baby.
Do it. We'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, peace out.
ABL.